Alrighty, let's see here. Hello. While we wait for people to come in, I'm gonna start opening up all the boxes and everything and unpacking it all. It's been a while since I've done a stream, but it'll be all good. I think I got everything set all up. Set that aside for the time being. Don't know why I was opening that fully. Going to open up all the packaging here, get all the parts laid out and everything, and then we will start actually assembling. Yeah, got 2 screws here. Not gonna need any of that stuff. Let's see what's gonna be in here. Oh. Probably toolless. Oh, yep, toolless. There it goes, now connected to TikTok chat. No idea why it took so long to do that. There. Get over the music. Got no room. There we go. Set outside all these boxes here. All of that is going on the board. Open up all this as well. build one here. This one is going to be a 9800X3D and a 5070 with 32 gigs of RAM, and this water cooler case power supply combo right here. Got a MSI 50 watt. Okay. Oh, let's get all these bits out of the way. Get the AM5 mounting stuff here. Intel. Gonna put that aside for a second so we can prep the bits here. Comes stock with the Intel mounting on it. Needs to be swapped over to the AMD mounting, but that would also expose the pre-applied therm paste here. So in the meantime, I'm going to leave this off just for now until we install it, so that if we bump this on anything, we don't waste the paste. Set that aside for now. Let's get all the other accessories on there. Got our 3 Corsair fans here for the cooler. You get those pre-applied on here.
Hey, it's Sally18 just
installed, whatever you want to call it. Look at that. Also, that's another thing. If you guys are on YouTube here, you see the Twitch chat here. You can redeem different interactive stuff with stream, like making me hydrate. Set that over there. Some satisfying peels. Oh yeah. What did you do with the third one? Oh, it's right there. I'm blind. My bad. Alright, AIO is going to be installed in... Okay. If it would allow me to. Disorientation like that here. So we're going to install the fans with the cables pointed downward, in this orientation at least, backward. So that way these wires aren't seen from the front. We're going to keep managing them that way. So what we're going to do now, set this down somewhere flat, like this. Line up all these and get all the screws on there. Let's actually clear some, or the cable stop getting caught. Clear some space here. We're not going into the case just yet. Let's move that out of the way. Screws in here. Stand off. I'm not screws. Handy dandy LTT screwdriver. This build here was picked out by the customer. They purchased their parts and it was brought in for assembly. So I didn't pick out any of the individual parts here, but they all work together quite well. Yeah, of course, man. My music stopped again? What is going on with the music today? Okay, I'll fix that. iTunes is just not happy today. Don't know what its problem is. I'm gonna close it and reopen it. Alright. We have music. We're good. I wish I could play copyrighted music, but YouTube would take down my stream. So, uncopyrighted music it is. If it was only streamed to Twitch, though, it's a different story. So they don't care. Alright. All 12 screws are in. Now, how is the cable managing on this cooler's cables here? We got little danglies. It's like... Alright, the days chained to each other, and then we have an extender. Got it. Alright. Hey, Roman, how you doing, man? Hey, get in. Yeah, I just been it's been so busy lately, and I didn't have much that I wanted to do a stream with. And then I had a lot of builds that I kept like running into something that I wanted to stop the build halfway through and then resume it another day because I had like a part or something was broken, had to swap that or whatever. So like I didn't have many good do it all in one go, all in one stream type builds.
Hey, it's Sally 18.
There's been a little bit since
fish.
Yeah, same here, Roman. Same here. Haven't had anything too exciting that I've been wanting to stream, so I don't know. The motivation just hasn't been there. But I totally get that. I pinched a cable in here. I gotta unscrew it. Not gonna hurt nothing. I just have to fix it for cable management's sake. Jesus, that's terrible. Yeah, I have not begun accepting credit cards yet, and I really hope that I don't have to deal with chargebacks like that. I'm gonna try to figure out some sort of payment processor that can hopefully prevent that. But yeah, only debit for me at the moment. Again, the music stopped. I don't know what's going on today. Well, not cash only. Cash App, Venmo, Apple Pay, all that type of like payment transaction options. I have no idea why the music keeps stopping today. Yeah. Weird. Okay. Right now what I'm working on is I'm just working on the daisy chain for the cables. These little guys here. I'm gonna actually put the iTunes in a little pop-out window. That way I can fix it every time it messes up and I'm not gonna reopen the app every time. Okay, so these are gonna be hidden the top row along the back side. So what I'm gonna do to keep them from sagging down and being visible, because up here you can't see it, I'm gonna zip tie them to each other, and then when I have them in the case, I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Some extra cable management there, but plenty of zip ties. I order those by the 1,000. So, hey, come on, how you doing? Hey, babe, you showing Cat Mom, Cat Dad the kittens, right? Okay. Just making sure they've seen the kittens. Yes, this PC is for him. This is Julian's PC. That one over there off screen, so you can see the little water cooler, CPU, and some other stuff over there. That's the next build I'm working on. That one over there, that won't be available for purchase. So that won't be for sale. Again with the music. At least I have the thing up, so I can just do that. Fix it. I'm just gonna have to do that constantly, which is so annoying. Oh, we're doing alright. I mean, as well as I can be with, how the economy has been lately, and it feels like business has been slow for everybody. But I'm making do, you know. Got some new storage cabinets, which is super exciting for me because having a ton of computer parts and nowhere to put them is just a disaster. But yeah, I got a huge new storage cabinet. After organizing, I didn't realize how many CPU coolers I really have. Way more than I thought I had. Like, look at this. Turn the second camera. Look at this. So many in there. That's just stock coolers. And 2 larger ones in the back, but all stock coolers. I got this huge cabinet here. It's stuck. 1 second, my cable's stuck. There we go. Bins and bins and bins of storage. That's not even all of it. Yeah. Yeah, they're little menaces over there. That's sport short. These little tags are ridiculous, by the way. Why would I? They're paint. They just get in the way. Alright, let's zip tie this on here. Try to not make this back of head stream. Everyone knows how fun just the back of head stream is. So right now what we're doing, we're just prepping so that when we put it in the case you won't even be able to see the wires. So now, see all this I did here? Once it's in the case, that's what you'll see. No wires. This runs into the back of the case. But all that didn't on the back. Ta-da! It's wireless. But yeah, so let's get the rest of these screws here set aside. Let me get a new. Moderate that. Thank you, babe. Alright, so next things we need to do is just check, see AMD standoffs, what kind of mounting hardware we got going on here. We've got obvious holes here, so we're not going to be using a clip mounting system. So obviously it's going to be standoffs, this is Intel, don't need those, thumb nut through, we'll need these. Oh, like have it built like this. If you're referring to like having it assembled, Windows installed, all that for you, just like Julian's build here, it's $150. That includes, you know, all the cable management, Windows install, everything all in one. And I can also optionally live stream if you'd like to watch. What I'm doing right now is I'm removing the stock mounting hardware for, you know, mounting hardware for like a stock cooler, Ryzen 7, stuff like that. I will set this aside in a little Ziploc bag for the customer. so that he can optionally put that back on in the future if he swaps water coolers or uses some sort of mounting hardware that needs it. I got a random little baggie here from some PC parts. Go ahead and put this in there, along with the Wi-Fi antennas. Should be all the accessories I believe he'll need. And put that in his box for the case. Put it in here. Alright, and I mentioned something about the water cooling mounting. Let's see here. Let's see what's the top of this case. Okay, I see. Yes, okay. So, when installing a water cooler, I'll grab the second camera for this. There is these arrows here, up and down. You can move the motherboard up or down as needed with these holes here, as you can see. So that if you mount it up, you have more space at the bottom. But the reason you'd move it down is to make clearance for the CPU cooler here to not hit any RAM or top heat sinks on the motherboard here. So it's already in the lower position. And another good thing to do when building a computer is check all your mounting holes. Not every motherboard is exactly the same. I mean, there's standard holes, like these 4 are standardized. Some boards are shorter, so they don't use this row here. Other boards use this hole here for micro ATX, different holes here, some use over here. Like this board uses that hole. Not all boards have that hole. A lot of them are just covered up. So I will add an additional standoff right there for that hole. And yeah, so it's just really important to check your standoffs before installing motherboards. Thank you for the hydrate. Mounting stuff. I'm assuming it's in a little box somewhere? It actually might be in here. Yeah, here it is. Alright, so in here, we'll have all the mounting stuff. Don't believe we're going to need much else. Case already has pre-installed fans. Plenty of airflow there. AIO. Shouldn't need the rest of this. So we'll just put that back in there. In case you want to add anything in the future. It's in there for you. Alright, where's that little bag? Where's the little baggie? Also a little satisfying peel there for you. Oh, that's not very satisfying. It's a really hard peel. The others, I'll just peel them off. And that's the only 2 on the board. Let's get the music playing again. Very annoying. Alright. A little standoff in here. Where'd my screwdriver? Oh, there it is. We're going to go ahead and install that. In the lowermost hole. There we go. So all the required standoffs are in place. Let's go ahead and put everything onto the board, and then we'll put it into the case. I'm gonna prep the board for the CPU cooler. Reinstalling these standoffs. You got a nice toolless M.2 heatsink thing here. Oh, there's a little peel on there. Also, don't forget the peel behind. I don't have much grip with gloves on. Use a plastic spudger for it. There you go. And the one on the back too. That one too. Also, in the vast majority of all motherboards ever, basically, so maybe some weird server motherboards, your top slot here is always your fastest. So you want to put your, you have multiple drives. In this case, there's just the one. But if you have multiple, whatever your fastest drive, your boot drive is in this top slot. And another tip is, if this top slot in a board like this, where this one is a completely different speed, generation speed, this one's Gen 5, I believe the bottom ones are probably going to be Gen 4. What you can do is if you only purchased a Gen 4 drive and you have a top Gen 5 slot, you don't need to put your main drive in the top slot, because you can put your Gen 4 in the bottom slot as your boot drive. And if in the future you ever upgrade to a Gen 5, you could just slot it in, not have to swap it down and move it around. So we're just going to install the only drive we have in here in the fastest slot, because I believe it is a Gen 5 drive. No, it's a Gen 4 drive. No, I was wrong. Let me get the screwdriver. Well, I didn't purchase these parts, so I don't know the exact specs. So go ahead and remove this armor down here. Again with the music. Love that for me. Just gonna keep pressing play. Alright. And I don't know if you guys were in here earlier when I was talking about the specs and everything. This one is the 9800X 3D 5070, 32 gigs of RAM, water cooler, 850 watt, Liam Lee case. The other build over there off screen, you can kind of see pieces of. This one's a Ryzen 9 9900X, 3080, 32 gigs RGB RAM. This water cooler, it's gonna be a white Liam Lee case. That'll be nice as well. I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta check if these are Gen 4 slots. Let's set it on top of power supply box for a moment. PCIe, RAM slots. Okay, here we go. Here's the specs. Alright, so up here it says the things. The blazing is the Gen 5, and the other two are Gen 4. So, if you ever want to put a Gen 5 in there later, you can. I'm going to put the Gen 4 in the bottom slot for now. Use all the toolless stuff of that. The tools needed to install the drives. Except, of course, heatsink, for whatever reason. I don't know if you can just full commit. Make everything toolless. Alright. It is a little annoying that they made us one heatsink for two drive spots, but it's not a big deal. Just that you have to take the heatsink off both of them for the one. And I'll put this right back on here since we're not actually going to use this top slot. Oh, also, Gen 5 is not necessary. Gen 4 is already so fast. Unless you're doing something specifically that would require that speed, you're not going to notice it in any day-to-day tasks, how the difference between 4 and 5. It's overkill. The vast majority of people. Hell, even mine with Gen 4 to Gen 3 and Gen 4. That's a big difference. We're going to install the RAM. Let's check this. Yep, this direction here. We're going to rest these in place here. We'll do a little satisfying. I don't know if that's satisfying, but it's still doing that. Push that little clip in, make sure they're fully seated. Yep, they're good there. Let's go ahead and get the CPU in here. Now when installing this, there is a little marker on the back here. Another thing, whenever handling this, if you don't have gloves on, don't get your finger grease oils on the back of here. Not the end of the world, just clean it off with isopropyl, but just avoid touching these pads here. And then on the board, the slot wouldn't shut itself, please. There is a little marker up there, a little corner, to tell you the orientation of the CPU. But nowadays, every CPU, it's just face the words upright. So yours are just fine, just installing it the way you think you're supposed to, and you're correct. Okay. Just put it in there, give it a little wiggle, make sure it's lined up. Now this part, you're building your own, this holding nerve wrecking because it's like a lot of pressure, but don't worry about it. It takes a lot of pressure. Go ahead and set that aside. Again with the music, so fun. Let's do some cleanup a little bit here. Put this stuff away. Alright, now, normally you put the I/O shield in the case before the motherboard, but this has a pre-installed one. But one thing you will want to do is remove this beforehand, the sticker, or the clear peel, because it's annoying to try to get off once it's already in the case. Let's set these things aside for a moment. We're going to use those. We just need them out of the way. This is a magnetic rotating little faceplate, so no matter what orientation you put it in, it'll always face upright, as long as you put it upright. Let's get this off of here. Go ahead and install this. Alright, everything is lined up, confirmed all of our holes line up, all the stand-ups are good there, so start installing screws. You know what's funny about these two builds here? This build is all black. It's got a white motherboard. And that build is all white. It's got a black motherboard. Is that an aesthetic choice or yeah. Yeah, really. Look at this, dude. This next build is all white. And then just got the white water cooler and the cables and stuff. The motherboard's black. They're literally inverse of each other. Was that on purpose, or did you like start out with like a white build and change it to a black build? Ah, okay. Makes sense, makes sense. But yeah, this case is also a Langley case. I really like this one. It's all white one. These 3 fans in there for the water cooler, that's why they're just kind of dangling at the moment. All the screws are snugged up. Okay, good there. What I'm gonna do is, whenever there's cases like this, where the AI is gonna cover like everything up here, I like to pre-plug in anything I can up here possible. This is a modular power supply, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the 8-pin now, and I'm going to run it through the back. And then I'll plug it into the power supply later, as well as pre-plugging in the AIO stuff here. I can't plug in the pump in advance. Oh, and I can as I'm installing the water cooler. I'll do that. That's what I'll do. So, that's another thing. Oh, Roman, he's in chat. It's just the message above, right up there. He was talking about he was gonna get the case in white, but it wasn't in stock, and he didn't mind it in black. I just found it funny that they're doing 2 inverse builds, a black build and a white build, both AM5, but the black build has a white motherboard, and then vice versa. Okay, so I'm going to pre-plug in these 2 extensions here and then run them through the back. There's the tabs here, put this in the box. Alright, so pre-run these. Oh, actually, it's got a hub. Let's see here. How many connections we got going on? Alright, we'll go ahead and plug in the RGB to the fan hub included with the case, so we can have everything synced up together. But the fan cable we're going to run through to the motherboard, so it's on the CPU header. Go. And then also the 8-pin PCIe cable, EPS cable. It's PCIe. What cables are we going to need? We're going to need 12 volt high power. We do not need mullets. Unless the hub uses? No, it uses SATA. Need one CPU. Do not need PCIe. You don't need a second CPU. I mean, if it's got it, I'll throw it in there. Won't hurt nothing. 24 pin. Just one SATA, we only need a second one. Cool. And
Sally 18 just redeemed hydrate.
I'm gonna snip all the all the music. It should be playing. Of course. Song is currently unavailable. Screw off. That's rude. I'm gonna do that. I don't like the twist ties. Zip ties over twist ties any day. If you need a temporary hold, use Velcro. Alright, all of this is going to get used, but not right this second. Set that all aside. We're going to plug in the two CPU ones now. One and two. Please plug in. Okay, so we pre-plugged in the CPU cable, the two power ones, and the CPU fan cable. For the fans here, we need to make sure that we run this back through, and this back through, so that when we plug in the AIO, it's easy access. Go ahead and zip tie these cables up in this corner here. Clean them up a little. Let's get this off of here. The Intel mounting off. Smudges off this. Always screw that down. And hook up these extension cables here to the AIO. And one other thing we're going to plug in before we install it is the pump. There's also that wire is going to get blocked when I install the radiator. his thumb screws on there. Hold that down. When installing a CPU cooler, it's good to go in a cross pattern when tightening. We get even pressure and even spread on the thermal paste. And there we go. All the cables but that one are plugged in. As it goes plugged in the back. So I'm going to shove that through. The other side. Push this wires out of the way. There we go. We got a little couple of screws here for the ones we need. Magnet's very strong. Alright, there we go. Screw and washer on there. That's another nice thing with the really strong magnets. Screw and washer. Not going anywhere. Alright, now one thing I like to do before finalizing where the AIO is going to go is because it has 12 screws on it. Only the corner 4 are technically necessary, but let's see here. Yeah, I think it looks good there. I'm gonna leave it there. Lines up really well with this fan back here. Alright, so I got just the 2 corner screws in there, but I'm gonna put the other screws in now. Nice, you kept the Alienware junk. Oh, what'd you get? Oh, that's awesome. I know. Damn, there's a lot of gold. Just kept going. If you guys have any more suggestions for the fish games, some PC tech stuff, I'm thinking I put some like DDR5 RAM in there and make it worth a shit ton of gold. That'd be funny. Could you imagine actually fishing and fetching DDR5 RAM? Could have a heart attack. Where did that last washer just go? That's a little annoying. Oh, I found it. Okay, good. It fell on the ground, but I found it. What the hell is that emote? Reminds me of Grim from Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Alright, I want this cable to not be visible, and it's visible at the moment. So the current idea is to run a zip tie through here get it around as many of these cables as possible. Get it back up here. Hey, nice, man. That's a good idea, man. I got the idea from someone else on YouTube years and years and years ago. Where is he at? There was this channel. This guy had and it was the backdrop for his YouTube channel. A huge wall of them. I'd never seen another person ever have that. So I thought, you know, I got so many boxes. So many. Might as well do it myself. Oh. TikTok went down. We'll go live again on TikTok. We'll fix that. There we go. TikTok wanted me to click a button and I wasn't paying attention. Who's having Total BF? Oh, I don't remember the channel's name at the very moment, but not important. Either point. Also, so this was the idea here with the zip tie. So what I like to do in any of these AIOs, have a bunch of cables along the side of them. So the Arctic ones, the Corsair, some others. Put a zip tie up here and grab all the cables and shove them up. They're gone. See? They're gone. No more wires. Oh, one came undone. Oh, I got a glove rip. I busted a rubber. Okay, fix that cable. I think that was the only one that messed up. Yeah. Okay, that was the only one that came unplugged. Where'd it go? Ah, they both broke. Alright, give me a moment. Replace my gloves. Okay, I'm back. I'll wash my hands. Yeah, I'd say go ahead and do that because I buy stickers by the roll. Nope, won't focus. The light's too bright. There you go. I usually just toss them in with my builds I do for customers. I throw it in like the accessories bag and let them decide where they want to put the sticker on it, or if they don't even want to, it's fine. But I don't know. I might put it on some of my nicer pre-builts. But yeah, I usually just cut one of those off and put it in the custom builds. My hands aren't fully dry, so the gloves won't go on properly. Sorry guys, give me a moment. Okay, so like back here, right? Sorry to anyone on TikTok. I didn't notice TikTok was whining at me to do their stupid puzzle because they thought I was inactive. I think it's fine at the moment though. Okay, gloves are on. Put my Apple Watch back on. That was a little annoying. It's fine though. Has it reconnected TikTok chat yet? Don't know. No, why not? There we go. I don't know why that wasn't on the lineup at first. Fine now. I think it's A-okay. Okay. I'm gonna use this. Stuff the wires. Doing some precise cable managing here. Again with the music. There we go. iTunes is just not happy today. There we go. The wire is sufficiently hidden. Look at that. It's hidden way up in there. Alright, start plugging in all of the front panel stuff and whatnot. Let's get this RGB cable for the AIO pump face plugged in. There you go, so you get a better view. Let's grab this fan cable, RGB cable, that goes to the hub. Let's see, we do have a connection at the bottom. Alright, so we're going to run these two down to the bottom. Stick them out right here. And you can see there's two connections. Well, you can't see the connection. There's two down here. Oh, this cable does not want to go through. Oh, it played the next song. Who would have thunk it? There we go. Damn, the Velcro is stronger than the damn metal. Bent the metal before it touched the Velcro. Alright. Again, these twist ties, they're killing me. Getting the front panel plugs in there. Alright, got Type C, USB 3.0, audio, in, oh, kind of, there it goes, and lastly, front panel connector. So it's nice when they have this front panel connector instead of all the little pinouts. Alright, let's get that power supply in there. Now we've already pre-picked out the cables we're going to need. Put the rest back in here. The customer's still in here. Make sure you keep this. It's important. It's your extra cables for stuff. You don't need it right now. We'll need it later. All these cables here. Plug all these in. You know, I was actually going to use a really similar nice power supply to this one for the other build over there, but it wasn't modular, and weirdly enough, it had the 600 watt 12 volt connector. Look at this. Let me show you this, Ramen. Okay. So, see this? This Thermaltake, these BX ones, they're usually pretty good. My issue with this one, normal connectors, right? SATA, Molex, PCIe, CPU, 24 pin, and then we got a 450 watt 12 volt connector, right? That's all normal, right? Why are there only 2 and 1 daisy chain PCIe cables on an 850 watt? Why? Why is this? So it's either use an NVIDIA GPU, or they paid by NVIDIA, so literally use NVIDIA GPU, or only one with a daisy chain PCIe cable. This is 850 watts. This is the amount of cables I'd expect with a 650 watt. I find it so weird. That should not be a thing. Put that back. Oh, nice, killer. Yeah, I was so confused by that. Just so weird. That's an 850 watt. Just one PCIe cable with a daisy chain. Alright, what end goes to the power supply? They are exactly the same. I'm assuming it's universal. Yeah, I think it can go either direction. It's exactly the same on both sides. Alright, and let's plug in the 2 CPU cables. One thing to note about the certifications on those power supplies is their efficiency is not directly correlated with quality. So don't go based solely off of the whether or not it's a gold rated or not. Now it is a good sign if it's gold rated, and if it's a real gold rated, not a fake sticker. But not a guarantee it's the best option. Okay, there's those 2 in. I'd say check the full model of it, and not just whether it's a 750 watt. What GPU upgrading to? really just want to play these songs today. I mean, both of those can handle just fine on this 50 watt. As long as it's a quality one, that'll be just fine on a 750. If you've got a good 650 watt, like a Seasonic Gold or Platinum, Titanium, even a 650 would run a 3080 as long as you're not overclocking the CPU. So yeah, 750 would power fine. Alright, let's get these PCIe brackets out of here. Need slots 2 and 3 taken out. Alright, clip goes up. Feed that wire through. There we go. Okay, appreciate it. Appreciate you being in chat. Look at that. Looking good. I'm not sure if you're still in here, Julian, but here it is so far. That's everything. Yeah. Go ahead and test boot it. Set these aside with all your extras. Before we zip tie anything in the back, I'm going to test boot it. Appreciate that. Appreciate the compliments. Always do. One thing. Fan hub's not plugged in. Needs power. There's 2 SATA cables on it, right? Thought I saw that, right? Not crazy. Is it? Oh, it's just the cable was doubled up. I was wondering why it was. Yeah, looks like just the one SATA cable. There are some weird hubs that require 2 SATA cables for some reason. I don't understand why. Alright, let's grab all these cables. Oh. Alright, we got our cables. Thick one for the computer, thin one for the test monitor. I gotta get plugs out of the GPU real quick. Just gonna use HDMI for test boot. Nope, power supply switch. Might have to flip that on. Alright, RAM's in, CPU, 24 pin GPU. front panel, RGB, fans, audio, Type-C, USB, pump, fans, hub. Yeah, good to boot. Alright, let's get a little money shot there. Let's get a little of the front panel in there too, so we get the nice lights. Wow. We got a wire on a fan somewhere. Wire on a fan. No biggie. Where are we hitting? Oh, I see. Okay. I'll just hold it for a second. I'll turn it off and we'll fix that. Yeah, it did boot up though. Just gonna have to fix that real quick. Okay, stop being angry. Let's get the stubby screwdriver, get the second camera turned off. And then, where's the little stubby guy? There it is. Get up in that corner there. Alright, loosen that screw. Check that out. And then we'll loosen this one. And we can loosen the fan. Get that out real quick. Well, it works. But there's little wires in the fan blades, so that's a little annoying. But it's not really a big deal. Alright, we got the fan loose enough. That's a little annoying. So the fan's really hard to get at once it's installed. So I have to use this guy. Do little quarter turns because the pump blocks a full-size screwdriver from fitting in here. So quarter turns it is until I get it loose enough to attempt with my fingers. Okay, there we go. Should I give you a better shot? What's going on here? See that? The fan wire in there? Let me get a pointer. That little guy was in the fan blades. So let me get him out of there real quick. It's the daisy chain, so you can plug a fan into the next fan into the next fan. And it's annoying as Scott. Nerds. There we go. All fixed. Screws back in the fan. Get the music playing again. Stop doing some more quarter turns. This damn pump. But yeah. So inside here, a little fan screw right here sticking out. I have to do little quarter turns. Screw back in. Because this is in the way. And this is why I, in advance, put all possible things installed before the AIO goes in, because it blocks so much stuff. And then we have tiny little things like this that happens. Okay, I'm almost done. And a couple more turns. Voila!
Tiny Spurner just followed.
Hey, appreciate the follow. Just in time. Voila! Now, where's that power button? Figuring the case over here. There we go. Oh. I'm gonna sit. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit finally. Bam. White BIOS. There's a bright white BIOS. Look at that. Let's check. Does this have an easy mode? It does have an easy mode. That's better. Get more stats on here. Let's get a little diagonal shot there. Show this front. Huge 200mm fans. They look great. Yep. Came out pretty nice. Oh, I busted another rubber. Hail. I'm leaking. Well, I am going to change my glove again, and then we'll set this computer aside, and we'll start working on the next one. I will do Windows and all the slow, boring stuff off stream. Maybe we'll do a little bit of kit management on the back. There's not a ton in this case. Literally in this case. So that's good. Wires are kind of kept to a minimum in this build. What we will do is we'll enable, well, I don't want to enable XMP yet. We'll set it to off for now because we'll enable it after Windows is installed. Hey, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm not on super often. I have my spurts of being live often and then not again. I'm not great at making the schedule or anything. Get a new globe on again. All right. Well, this is running good. Everything seems fine. Go ahead and shut this down. We'll go on and grab the next PC. Well, we'll do a little bit of case management on the back first. Hey, appreciate that, man. All right, let's get a good view over here of the little over shoulder shot. Let's get the monitor off of here too. Because the monitor, keyboard, and mouse are just going to be in the way. I keep all this bundled up like this so it's really easy to swap in and out. My test setup area. I'll pull the two power cables to the side. That's how easy it is to clear disk off. All right. So a few zip ties on this before we set it aside. Real next. Oh, music again. Jesus. Figured I would take this opportunity to sit for just a bit before I start standing again for a long time. Did you guys have to eat today? Again, where's the music? There we go. I had egg toast and oatmeal breakfast, and then lunch I had some Nashville hot chicken soup. And that Nashville hot chicken soup was more hot than flavor, so I won't be getting that one again. I like heat, but I like flavor more. Best when it's balanced. But that was just hot for the sake of being hot, just to call it Nashville hot. What kind of stuffed pretzel? I really like the Wawa cream cheese stuffed ones. Oh, those are so good. Hey! Hell yeah. That's exactly what I was talking about, yeah. It's really good. I like those. Yeah, anytime I see them by the register, they're so good. They suck when they've been sitting there for a while though. They get really dry. Fresh, they're so good. Again, come on, man, the music. iTunes is just not happy today, and I can't really restart my computer. I've closed the application, reopened it, but it's just not it's not having a good day. That's for sure. iTunes is like super broken on my computer. Like if I switch audio inputs, one headphone to another to speakers, and I switch back, I can't get audio out of anything until I reopen the app. It also makes you sign in like 3 times a day. No idea why the iTunes on my computer is so broken, even after I reinstall. Never see it do what it's doing today, though. You're saying song is currently unavailable. Maybe they took a bunch of these copyright-free songs off of iTunes, and that's the problem. That's my only guess at the moment why they keep doing that. Ta-da! Definitely coming along. Let's go ahead and this cable through here. Yeah, I told you guys this is the boring part. I figured I'd do a little bit of it, you know? Just gives me an excuse to sit for a bit. Alright, there we go. Hi, Riley. Alright, in between the 2 builds here, we'll have a real quick puppy break. Ta-da! Happy puppy. Happy puppy. Adorable. He just keeps whining for me to love on him, so I figured I'd pause for a moment. I'm gonna sniff my mic. Have a little puppy break. Here's a wiggle butt. Just happy boy. Yeah. Alright. Hope your break's over. I love you. Can you get my treat or something? You just happily scurried off. Alright, let's go ahead and put these panels back on. Music. Come on, man. Stay playing. Really? I was literally just holding it. There we go. Alright. All the panels on there. Spin around. Set this down. Okay. Next build. Got these three fans to mount. These are normal blade fans. Reverse blade, reverse blade, reverse blade. Got it. Set this back down. This one is a mix of new and refurbished parts. So this build here, some good deals on some of these parts. This one's going to be for sale. This build here. It's the original build planned for today before this one was being built. Still a very nice build. Alright. First we got, I'm going to use the power supply box for mounting. Hello? Lift up. Got a Ryzen 9 9900X. .32 gigs, DDR5, RGB. If I can open the damn thing. There you go. Got a 1 terabyte NVMe. Installed. This one gets this AIO here. again the audio. Let's get the mounting hardware for this water cooler out. I believe this one is the same situation with the standoffs as the other one. Yes, same mounting style. Got the standoff pegs. Just like that. Same type of thumb screws to hold it down. Get the AMD bracket. Literally the same exact mounting hardware, really. Completely different brand though. This one, though, has pre-installed fans. So I'm not gonna install them. But then, the one time, you know, oh, it's nice it has it pre-installed. Swapping them. So they match the rest of the fans in the case. So, I'll get to that. Let's get to doing that. Okay, there we go. Those screws are out. Plug that in there. Alright, set these fans aside. With the Intel mounting hardware and all that stuff. Let's get these fans on here instead. Okay. It's going to be mounted like yeah. Yep, mounted like that. One thing that sucks about doing an all white build is trying to get the whites to match. This one's more yellow white. These are more blue white. Cables are kind of just somewhere in between, to be honest. Alright. One more screw up this one. That'll be it for the area for this one. Right? Look at this. They're literally opposites. That's so funny. I just got a really good deal on this board, and a whiteboard would have cost a lot more. So I didn't, didn't spring for the white motherboard. Otherwise, I would have. Also, when there isn't thermal paste pre-applied, never forget this. I've actually had people bring me computers from other computer places, not naming places, with the peel still in there. And they tried denying it too. It's just even more funny because once you peel that peel off, you can't put it back on. Like, it's never going to be perfectly sealed again. It's like peeling a screen protector off and trying to slap it back on with all the bubbles and dirt under it. You just can't fake that, Okay. This guy, let's get this installed on here. Side. Take these off. Again with the music. Because they're currently unavailable, a bunch of songs in here, but I don't know which songs aren't available, and it's on shuffle. Okay. Alright, and this is what I was talking about earlier with the IO shield isn't built in every kit, in every motherboard. So you need to install that before the motherboard. There we go. Checking the motherboard standoffs. And this one does not have that hole right here I was talking about. Yeah, alright, so all these do line up. Let's go ahead and install it. Okay. Now, I did use this case before, so it doesn't have any mounting stuff, so I'm going to reuse what I have. Whatever's left over here. I'm installing the other parts. So they give you a bunch of extra screws. Again, with the fans, or the song. Yeah, I know. Dude, if only these were like both of them were mine. The other one wasn't the customer's right here. I would just swap them. Just swap them. It'd be so perfect. It's funny though. This case is a bit tighter with the fitment of a few things here, but it shouldn't be a big deal. Only thing that's going to be a little annoying is probably the USB 3.0 here. It's going to hit the fan, the back of the fan here. It's going to be just cramped a bit, but should be okay. Let's see something in my bin here. I have right angle USB 3.0, but they only go right angle one direction. And there's no guaranteeing that direction is the one I need for this case. But I can check. I have a lot of bins, so bear with me for just a moment while I find which bin that adapter is in. Especially since I just moved all of my stuff recently. Okay. Oh no, I think I used my last right angle. I bought more Type C to USB 3.0, but I don't think I bought more right angle USB 3.0. There goes TikTok complaining to me that I'm not active, apparently. Nothing has moved on the screen for an hour. This is just not fucking true. There we go. Okay, yep, don't have any right angles. Oh well. I'll make do. Again, we know the song's not available. Play the next one. I think it's actually just barely small enough that it should be fine. Ooh, just barely fit. That's crazy. Y'all gotta see this. Look at that. That fit me. Got some tight fitting up there. I'm gonna swap mics before this one dies. Just preemptively, so I'll talk to nothing for a bit. Oh, there it goes. I got these little lav mics. Got two of them. Usually die after a couple hours of use. But luckily, I got like a little podcasting set where it's two of them, because it was like 30 cents more to get two instead of one, and it was like, well, duh. Didn't know, didn't make sense at the time to really get the second one, but couldn't have hurt. And now that I know they die every couple hours, it's nice to just be able to hot swap them. This music thing is getting really annoying. I gotta get that RGB hub. Bear with me for a moment. Okay. Now let's SRT screwdriver set. Okay. Got my little IGB hub here for all of these. Gonna find a good location for the RGB hub. It's honestly looking more like middle here. How many fan? Oh, forgot that pops off. How many fan factors we got on here? Let's do a couple fans on this header here. Do a few. Actually, I'll do it on this one. I'll do it on this one. Yeah. Looking good so far. Appreciate it. I think it came out pretty nice too. This one's coming along pretty good. Get a little bit of a money shot there. It's that cable and this one. Trying to figure out the best way to cable manage these guys here. Trying to figure out what the best way to approach these two cables like this are. Make them both look nice. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you back in chat again. Doing just fine. How's yours? These cables are not easy to finagle into place how you want them. I'm gonna hydrate myself. Been too long since I've done so. Yeah, so far on the cables. It's taken a lot of finagling, maybe some clear zip ties, but I think it'll look at least decent. I'm gonna grab some clears of this. Just a little bit different. Yeah, I changed where it parts a little bit. Mostly the same style though. Doing a terrible job of showing you. The whole chat's annoying. Oh well, you get the point. Appreciate it. Okay, so I think that after I snip these, there we go. I don't know how I feel about it. I like it better without the zip ties. Just trying to get them to bend nicely. You know? Alright, let's see how the AI looks. I need to get some cables up here in the 24 for the CPU. So let's get the white cable extensions pre-plugged in up there. It's like I said, AI is going to block it, just like the other build. Go. Alright, let's get some thermal paste on there. Mind the comically large thermal paste tube. Another glove again. Okay. Yeah, this glove did not want to go on. Yes, thank you. Alright, let's get these screws on here fully. Let's see if you pull it. There we go. Run all of these cables, jam through this hole here before we install the water plug. Some are through one hole, some are through the other. Kind of split. Get some screws on the top of this real quick. Let's get a good look at it. Look at that. Ignore the cables, it's obviously not done yet, but appreciate it, man. I'm loving it too, dude. It's just coming out real nice so far. Just a 9 or what, 8 or 3, 6, no 9, yeah, 9 matching fans in there. There's an RGB strip along here too. Coming out really nice. Got a 24-pin comb on there. Alright, there we go. Gonna need another cable comb on there. Second white one. You get some more out of the bin. Alright. 2 matching combs. This comb is going to be a pain sometimes to get all the cables in there properly. Alright, there we go. Hey, how's it going, man? Pretty good. Look at that. That's 24 pin right there. Love the white cables. Really tie in the build. Let's pull some of these wires tight up here. Don't want them showing behind the AIO. Alright. I pulled some of them out of the way. Oh, come on. Look at the music. You're killing me. Nice. Alright, what else do we got plugged in here? Arrow spline. And all these fan cables. Middle fan is the CPU fan. Just for a second, I need to unplug that. Oh, pump. Okay. Go far left cable. This one. Alright. This fan here. Hard to see. Okay, far left CPU, middle pump, right system fan. Hey! Thanks for the sub, babe. Appreciate it. We ran into some little snags, but it's been going good. This is look. We got the infinity mirror on here, infinity mirror on all 9 of the fans, as well as the sides of it too. Yeah, no stupid questions. Go ahead and ask. I'm not sure those two things are related. Yeah, that's how that normally goes. You know, you hook up all the fans to the fan hub and then the fan hub to the motherboard. That's all normal. Does it go back to acting normal whenever you unplug the hub? Because maybe you bumped something or affected something else when you were installing the hub. Because I've never heard of a fan hub causing the computer to take forever to restart. Because it could just be happenstance that it happened after you mess with the hub. Alright, so last second I gotta get this stupid one over here. Oh. That is odd. Yeah, I don't actually know what So if you move everything back, like if you plug the fan header, the pump back into system fan header instead of the pump header, and you unplug the fan hub while booting it up, does it act normal? It's like you can always just revert your changes you've done and see if it goes back to acting normal. I have seen issues with fan headers before. My wife's PC, I can't use her pump header on her motherboard. It doesn't work for some reason. So what I do is I use a system fan header for her pump, but all I do is I go into the BIOS and I changed the motherboard to know that that pump header has or sorry, that system fan header has a pump plugged into it, and to control it based off the CPU temperature. Yeah, I would always suggest, try reverting your changes and see. Just as like a sanity check. My screwdriver over here. Whenever I lose some, I'm gonna start playing like Dora with you guys and be like, where did it go? Point to it on the screen. Y'all got an aerial view of the disc. Oh, there's music again. Fixed again. Alright, let's plug in some stuff here. Getting very close to a test boot. This build here, you like this one? Yeah, I think it came out really nice. It's a really good build. Ryzen 9, 32 gigs DDR5, 3080. It's gonna be a really powerful PC. I'm posting it for sale. It's done. Alright, there's one more cable I need to go get. It's in my adapter bin. I'll go get it. But, yeah. This is otherwise fully hooked up. Of course, my thumb broke. Alright, so this hub now powered. There's no power cable unplugged, but it's got the power plugged in, and then I need one cable plugged into that side. So let me go get that. It's somewhere in my RGB adapter bin. I have many adapter bins. It's going to be in one of these. Not this one. know you're in here. I will find you. Cable I'm looking for is literally just a double-sided 5-volt 3-pin RGB cable. It just plugs into the hub here. It plugs into the motherboard. It's a little annoying. There's one on my other end. A lot of bins of adapters. Give me a moment, you guys. Nuts. Where'd this go? Yeah, the spaghetti out the back. It's like the Homer Simpson meme. Looks all slim in the front and all the fat stretch to the back. Come on, where's that cable? I will find it. Come on, I think I know where it is. Sorry about the delay. Just trying to find a stupid wire. The music has to keep stopping. Oh, I might go insane, you guys. Looking for this single wire that holds all the way to the. This isn't the correct wire, but it will do the job for the sake of time. For now, show you what it looks like. Oh. It's a 3-way splitter. I don't need a splitter, just an extender. But for the sake of showing you guys, and I'll dig through the bin later to find the right cable. It's not 3-to-1. Just need a 1-to-1. It's fine. Where is it? Rigid plug. There it is. Staring me in the face. Okay. Ruby is hooked up. We're also going to put this 4-chamber hydro in there. How, you may be asking? I don't know yet, because there's no hard drive cage, but figure that out. Okay, let's get this hooked up. You already see this thing lit up? Doesn't have the back panel on it, and everything else should be hooked up now. Look at that. It's looking nice. Got boot. Look at that. I'm loving how it came out. It's looking real good. What do y'all think? This look like a $2,000 PC? Here, let me dress it up a little, you know? Yeah, if only the Jeep is white. It's one of the turbo GPUs, so it's like 400 screws to take it apart. And the amount of work it would take to make it white, oh, just not worth it. Repasted it, and cleaned out the fan in here. And I have stress tested this 3080. And when I first got it, the thing was like a jet engine. But now it's completely manageable noise level wise. But I'm a little hungry. And I will go ahead and shut this down for now. I'm gonna install Windows on both of these computers. The customer's gonna pick up the other computer over there. And then, yeah. If you're still in chat, let me know. Stream's ending. Hope you guys enjoyed stream. I have another build planned soon. So where's it at? I think it's over here. Yeah. All right. I got another build planned. So an 8700F, the same 32 gigs that's in this computer. More of that. Asus Spine board. And a 3070 Ti. So that's the next build. So another DDR5 build. Got a lot of those. I did 3 last week. 2 were posted, and 1 I had the BIOS update, and then I can post it for sale. So, you guys want some DDR5 PCs? I got an 850, I got 1000. I'll have a 1250, 1300. No, I had the 1300. 850, 1000, 1300, 15 to 1700, and then 2000. So everything in between. So literally 850, 1000, 1300, 15 to 17. I don't know what it's going to cost. And then 2000. I think that's fair for this build, you know. Ryzen 9 9900X, 32 gigs, 30R5, 1 terabyte NVMe with the 4 terabyte hard drive. It's only barely got any time on it. Maybe I think it's got like 1,000 hours on it. Barely anything. 360 ml water cooler, 3080, 850 watt power supply. Yeah. Sure. What are the specs on it? Music. Yeah, all that RGB is synced up to this one cable. Camera really nice. I quite like these Infinity Mirror fans. What's the price at on that? That's all new parts, or are the used parts in there? It's not bad for an all new build. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad for an all-new build. I'm probably going to be posting my, what's it called? 8700F, 32 gigs of RAM, and 3070 Ti build. Remember, it's a Ti combo build for 15 to 17, something like that. Yeah, the V100 is so nice. Oh, you know what's funny is that water cooler you're using. Check this out. You want to? I have that same water cooler right here, right? Do this. Check this out. I 3D printed a wheel to go around it because it looks like a rim. I mean, it literally looks like a rim. It's even got the little bolts for like a 3-piece. So I'm gonna do a car themed build with this water cooler. I don't know what I'm gonna put in the build, but I just thought, you know, it looks too much like a rim not to put a tire on it. So, all right, well, it's been a long day. I'm gonna install Windows on this so the customer can pick it up tonight, so it doesn't get too late. I really do appreciate all you guys coming around, even with my ridiculously long breaks between streams. I'm hoping to build that other build I just showed you, the 8700F, 32 gigs RAM, 3070 Ti build, sometime soon. Maybe this weekend, maybe early next week. So, you know, turn on post notifications if you don't already have them on or anything, so you know when I go live and everything. Have a good night, guys. I'm gonna head end it here.